Okay, guys. Good evening. So, welcome back. So, we're going to start with paper one, part B. We finished paper one, part B, question number one last week. So, we're going to continue with question number two, right? So, we have now this is our second week into November. We have another 3 weeks after this before your exams. So, I will try to practice as much questions as possible regarding your third term exam. Okay. So we'll not waste any more time. We'll go into question number two, which is an area question. So question number two, this is part B, paper one. Okay, part B, paper one. First, can you lift that up a bit? First, down. Pass it. Okay, part B, paper one, question number two. There is a diagram here given to you. Something like this. And they are giving you the length, that is this, as 100 meters, and they're giving you this side as 70 meters. Okay, so what they're asking you to do is, the diagram shows a plot of land consisting of a rectangle and two semicircles. So you have a rectangle and two semicircles. That is the data that we have. Then they're asking you, what is the total length of the boundary of the land? So what is the total length of the boundary of the land? So basically what they're asking you is the perimeter of this figure. The perimeter of this figure. Okay. So in order to find the perimeter, we know opposite sides are equal. So this length are equal. So then this side is also 100 meters. What do we need to do now? We need to find the arc length of this semicircle. So we have two arc lengths. So if we find the semicircle arc length of one semicircle, it is equal to the other one as well. Right? So we find the arc length. We know if this is 70 meters, then the radius, this is your diameter, yes. So this becomes your radius, and your radius therefore is 70 divided by 2, which is 35 meters. Okay, your radius is 35 meters. Okay, so let's find the arc length, that is this length. So arc length is equal to, what's the formula? Theta over 360 into 2 into pi into r. Okay. All right. Just one moment, guys. It's spoken. Why is it? Camera this side. Yeah. Lift that up. Just hold on, guys. One moment. Okay. So arc length theta over 360 into 2 pi r. Let's find the arc length now. We know it's a semicircle, so the central angle 180 over 360 into 2 into pi into r is 35 meters. So 35. Okay. So this 180 and 360 we can simplify. 1 and 2. 180 divided by 180 is 1. 360 divided by 180 is 2. So this 2 and this 2 will cancel. This 7 and this 35 we can simplify. 7 divided by 7 is 1. 35 divided by 7 is 5. 22 multiplied by 5. Your arc length is 110 meters. So your arc length is 110 meters. So this is going to be 110 meters. This is also going to be 110 meters. Okay. So now the question they're asking is what is the total length of the boundary of the land? So addition of all the exterior lengths is going to give you your total length. So part A, they're asking you to find the perimeter. Perimeter is equal to 100 multiplied by 2 plus your arc length 110 on both sides. So 110 into 2. So 100 and into 2 is 200 plus 110 into 2 is 220. So total length is 420 meters. That is your perimeter. That is the exterior boundary of this diagram. Okay. So 420 meters. That is question number A for you. Okay. Then in question number B, we'll do question number B. I'll give you a few minutes to copy people. So just hold on. They're saying the fence posts. So they're going to put posts are to be erected along the boundary of the land in 7-meter intervals to make the fence. Find the number of fence posts needed. So basically what they're doing is they are going to put posts like this around the boundary of your land, like this. Right? And the distance between two posts they are saying is 7 meters. So the distance between two posts is going to be 7 meters. That's what they're saying. Okay. Now they're asking you how many of these posts you have to make around the boundary of this land. So basically what we know, the total length of this exterior area of this land is equal to 420 meters, and there has to be a gap of 7 meters between two posts. They ask you how many posts we have to make. How many do you need to do? Number of posts will be equal to 420 meters. That's the total length, exterior length, divided by 7, which is going to equal to 420 divided by 7, 60 posts. That is going to be your answer for question number B. Easy question, right? Then finally, question number C, what is the area of the land? So area of the land is this. So you have two semicircular portions, one here, and area of your rectangle. So we'll write that down. So total area is equal to area of rectangle plus area of two semicircles. Okay. Area of rectangle plus area of two semicircles. So you have one semicircle here and one semicircle here. Area of rectangle, we know how to calculate quickly. Area of rectangle is equal to length into breadth. So 100 into 70. 1 into 7 is 7. 3 zeros. So 7,000 square meters. Okay, area of rectangle. Then area of two semicircles. Area of two semicircles is, how do you calculate the area? Area is equal to theta over 360 multiplied by pi r squared. Right? So theta over 360 is 180 over 360 into pi r squared. Radius we know is 35. So 35 into 35 multiplied by 2. Why am I multiplying it by 2? Because I want to find the area of two semicircles. Okay. So simplify here. 180 divided by 180 is 1. 360 divided by 180 is 2. Okay. Straight away I can take this 2 and this 2 and cancel out. Can reduce that. Okay. This 7 and 35 I will simplify. This becomes 5. So calculate now 22 into 5 into 35. 22 multiplied by 5 is easy. 22 multiplied by 5, 110. Then multiplied by 35 again. So you can do that here. 35. 0, 5 and 5. 0, 3, 3. So you have 3,850. So 3,850 square meters is the area of two semicircles. What is the area we want? We want the total area. So total area therefore is total area 7,000 plus 3,850, which is 10,850 square meters. That should be your final answer for question number 2. Okay. I'm just showing you the method. What are the steps that you need to do? There are some people, what they will do is they take the total area, straight away take area of rectangle over here, plus area of two semicircles. They will take the whole calculation, put it over here and do it in one shot. Okay, you can do it that way also. But I'm just showing you the longer way just to make sure very clearly what are the requirements of your question. Okay, right? So please take that down. Question number 2. Okay, right. Let's go on to the next part. Right. Right. Question number 3. When preparing a certain alloy, steel and carbon are mixed in the ratio 1:7, and carbon and copper are mixed in the ratio 1:9. Right. So question number 3. ratio steel is to carbon is 1:7, and they are saying carbon and copper. So carbon is to copper. So I think copper is Cu. I don't know. I'm not just going to use copper as CO. I will put. Okay, this is copper. This is carbon Ca. CO is copper. I'm not using the scientific terms. I'm just using a short briefing. Okay. So steel is to carbon is to copper, and they are saying carbon is to copper is 1:9. So carbon is to copper is 1:9. Okay. They are saying find the amount of carbon mixed with 100 grams of steel. So how much of carbon has to be mixed with 100 grams of steel? Okay, so you're going to look at this part of it. Okay, right? So that means what? Guys, quickly try to understand what they are saying here. What they are saying is this isn't the tube. Wait, why is that? One moment. This was sent to you last week, guys. We're continuing from last week. This was sent last week. Continuing from last week. What we sent this week is for after we finish this part to continue part 2. This is paper 1 already sent to you all. Haven't you got it? Who is that? Nuangi? You have not got that paper. Were you there for last week's class, Nuangi? Nuangi. Nuangi, you were there for last week's class? And Kivan also is sent. So this. Okay. Nuangi and Kivan, yeah. Okay, we're going to send it to you all now. Nuangi and Kivan. Just hold on. Don't worry about it. We'll send it. Don't worry. Nuwangi. Can we share it in the chat? Okay, we'll share it. I'll just continue, guys. Just hold on. So they're asking question number 1. Find the amount of carbon mixed with 100 grams of steel. Okay, we just shared it in the chat. Noangi, Kevan, you can have a look at it. So they're saying steel is to carbon, right? The ratio is 1:7. So what do you mean by 1:7? Every one plate of steel, or every one portion of steel, you need 7 portions of carbon. That's what they're saying. Now what they're saying here is find the amount of carbon mixed with 100 grams of steel. So if you want to mix 100 grams of steel, how much of carbon do you need? Here, in order to get 1 to 100, you need to multiply by 100, isn't it? So then, if you want to get for 100 grams of steel, how much of carbon? You have to multiply by 100 here. So the amount of carbon that you require is 700. Okay. So what is the answer? Carbon will be equal to 7 into 100, which is 700 grams of carbon. That should be your answer for question number A. Okay. Then question number B, they are saying find the ratio of steel is to carbon is to copper are mixed. So steel is to carbon is to copper. So what we are going to do is we are going to get a continued ratio. Here first they are saying steel is to carbon is 1:7. And carbon is to copper is what? 1:9. Okay. Right. So in order to write all of them in one ratio, you see carbon is a common element for both these ratios. Carbon is a common element. So what do we need to do? We need to find what is the common term for 7 and 1. So basically what they're asking is what is the lowest common multiple of 7 and 1? So what is the lowest common multiple of 7 and 1? Lowest common multiple is 7. Okay. So for 7 and 1, lowest common multiple is 7. 7 can be divided by 7. 7 can be divided by 1 also. Okay, without a remainder. Right. So this part of your ratio, 1:7, already we have 7 here. You have 7 here. So we stay with the ratio for steel as 1. Okay. So steel is equal to 1. This part of the ratio, carbon is to copper, is 1. So in order to make it a 7, what did you have to do? We have to multiply by 7. Then only you will get a 7 here. So when you multiply one term in a ratio, you have to multiply the other one also. So 9 multiplied by 7. The answer therefore is 1:7:63. So that's your final answer for question number B. Okay. Right? Good. Now the question for C question. What are they saying? They are saying find the amount of carbon in 7,100 grams of alloy. So they are asking you how much of carbon is there in 7,100 grams of this mixture of these three metals. Okay. So what do we need to do? First step is you find the total ratio. What is the total ratio? 1:7:63. 1 plus 7 is 8. 8 plus 63 will give you 71. That's your total ratio. 1 plus 7, 8. 8 plus 63, 71. Now what they're saying is, so this is your total mixture of your alloys. While you're adding all of this, you're getting this total. So that is your total mixture. So what they're saying now is, find the amount of carbon in 7,100 grams of alloy. So what is the carbon portion? 7. So carbon is equal to 7 portions out of 71 of 7,100 grams of alloy. So the 7,100 is your total. Out of this total, 7 parts is equal for your carbon. Okay. So 7 out of 71 of 7,100 grams. You can simplify here. 71 divided by 71 is 1. 7,100 divided by 71 is 100. So 7 multiplied by 100, you get 700 grams of carbon. That should be your answer for question number C. So you need 700 grams of carbon in order to make 7,100 grams of that total mixture. Okay. Right. D question. D question is, if 100 grams is mixed with 400 grams of carbon and 600 grams of copper, find the ratio of carbon to copper in the simplest form. So what is this? Steel is to carbon is to copper. How much? 100 grams of steel, 400 grams of carbon, and 600 grams of copper in the simplest form. This, and this. What you can easily do is, you can divide all of them because they are all multiples of 100. You can divide by 100, divide by 100, divide by 100. 2 zeros, 2 zeros cancels, 2 zeros, 2 zeros cancels, 2 zeros, 2 zeros cancels. Your answer therefore is 1 is to 4 is to 6. That's your final answer for question number B in this ratios question. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Okay. Right. Question number 4. Marks obtained by 20 students of a test are given below. So it is a statistics question. Right? Median, mode, range, and mean. Okay. So let's look at the 4th question. Right. Question number 4. Marks obtained by 20 students of a test are given below. So I'm going to write that down. So question number 4. 12, 15, 17, 28, 32, 36, 36, 36, 41, 43, 47, 49, 51, 51, 53, 53, 58, 58, 59, 59. Okay, 59, 59. All right. Now they're asking you, what is the mode of these marks? So what do we mean by mode, children? Mode means the highest frequency of a term, right? So if you look at this, going from this left to right, you have 36 two times. Going this way, you have 52 two times, 53 two times, 58 two times, and 59 two times. So therefore, what is your mode? What is mode? The highest frequency of a term in a given data set. So here the mode therefore becomes 36. Right? So question number A, what is your mode? 36. Question number B, what is the median of the marks? So what do we mean by median, people? Median is the centermost number in a given data set. So if you have your data set here, you can see they have given you 20 terms. That means even number of data set. So in an even number of data set, what is the formula you're going to use? Median in an even number of data set, guys, n divided by 2. So you're going to get your nth term plus your n plus 1 term divided by 2. Okay. So this is the formula you're going to use. So what do we mean by this n and n plus 1 scenario? N is the number of terms. So in this data set, how many do you have? You have 20. So n is 20 divided by 2 is equal to your nth term is 20 divided by 2 is your 10th term plus your n plus 1 means 10 plus 1 term is your 11th term divided by 2. Okay. So what is your 10th and 11th term? Let's go and look in your data. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 is 43 plus your 11th term is 47. So 43 plus 47 divided by 2. So 43 plus 47 divided by 2. 3 plus 7 is 10. 4 plus 4 is 8 plus 1, 9 divided by 2 is 45. Okay, so what is your median? 45 is your median. So that means you take the centermost number and this becomes your median. This is your mode. Okay, the number in between 43 and 47, which is 45, is your median, centermost number. Okay, right? Question number 3. These marks are grouped according to the table given below. Complete the blanks in the table. Easy, very simple question. C part. So you have class interval. Right? And frequency in simple F. You have 10 to 20 up to 30, 60, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. Okay. And frequency, they have given you 3 at the beginning. So now what they want you to do is fill in the blanks. So 10 to 20, that means 10 to 20, you have 3. Then you have 20 to 30. So 20 to 30, only 1. Then 30 to 40. 30 to 40 is 1, 2, 3, 4. 40 to 50, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 50 to 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So your total here should come as 8. That is your C part of the question. Very easy set of questions. Then we are going into question number D. I'm going to do it here. Question number D. What are they saying in question number D? According to the table, what is the class interval which includes the mode? What is your mode? Your mode is 36. And what class interval has got 36? Where will 36 come? In between 30 and 40. So your answer for question number D is 30 to 40. Okay. So question number 4 done for you all. So please take that down. Okay. Good. Nice. Right. We'll go into question number 4. Sorry, question number 5. A probability question. Huh? So you will get statistics. I mean, right. Question number 5, people. Question number 5. They're saying in a bag there are 2 beads marked as red 1 and red 2 and yellow bead marked as white. All the beads are identical. That means what? All the beads are of the same size and same shape. Okay. Yasra took a bead randomly from the bag and put it back after recording its color. So there are 3 beads inside a bag. Yasra comes, puts her hand inside the bag, takes a bead out, looks at the bead, makes a note. Okay, I got red color, first bead, then puts it back into the bead and takes another. She repeats this experiment. Okay, so she's taking the bead 2 times. They're saying represent the sample space relevant to this random experiment on the grid. So question number A, you're going to show it on a grid, right? You're going to have something like this. Okay. So Yasra takes for the first time. So first take. Okay. And also she takes for the second time also. So we'll take the second take in the y axis. Then how many beads are there? 3 beads. 2 of them are red and 1 is yellow. So red 1, red 2 and yellow. Okay, since there are 2 reds, we are giving it 1 and 2. Likewise, for the second take also you will have the same beads. R1, R2 and Y. What is sample space? Sample space means all possible outcomes. So what are all possible outcomes? The all possible outcomes are is if Yasra takes the red color 1 marble first, she looks at it, puts it back into the bag, then she takes another bead again. So when she takes for the second time, she can get R1 again, isn't it? She can get R1 again. Then what is the other chances? If she takes the red one first, puts it back in, takes another bead out, she can take the R2 bead. Okay? So that is going to be your next possibility, outcome. Then she puts it back in, then starts the experiment again. She takes R1 bead, then looks at it, records it, puts it back in, takes another bead. This time she can take the yellow bead. So these all become your sample space or all possible outcomes. That's what they're saying. Okay, these are all your possible outcomes. Right? That is part A. Then they are saying in question number 2, find the probability of obtaining beads of different colors in both occasions. So that means what are they saying? If she takes a red bead for the first time, then for the second time when she takes, she is going to take another color. So if she takes red, then for the second one, she is going to take yellow. If she takes R2, she is going to take yellow. So then this becomes your one set of possible outcomes. Okay. What if she takes yellow? So if she takes yellow, then the second time has to be red. If she takes yellow, second time also red. So this becomes your other probability. So they are asking, find the probability of obtaining beads of different colors in both occasions. So question number B, probability different colors, right? What is your total sample space? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Out of your total 9 possible outcomes, the probability that you're getting two different beads of different colors is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 out of 9 should be your answer. Okay? 4 out of 9. Then what is the probability of obtaining a red bead in the first time? So probability of red first time. Right? We know your sample space is 9. Those are your total outcomes. Now what they're saying is, what is the probability that you're getting a red the first time? So you can take red 1, second time R1. You can take R first, second time R2. You can take R2 first, second time R1, R2 first, second time R1. Okay. And if you take first time red, you can also take second time yellow. Right? So what is your total possible outcomes all the way like this? Okay. Please don't get confused. First time red, first time red, first time red. Second time, it can be anything. It can be red or yellow. It has to be first time red. Second time can be any color. So then this becomes your total probability. How much is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 out of 9. You can simplify. 6 out of 9 is 6 divided by 3 is 2. 9 divided by 3 is 3. Okay. Any questions? That is C question. D question, people. D question. They are saying, draw a tree diagram to represent the sample space of this random experiment. Okay, so let's do the same thing. Only thing you're going to draw a tree diagram. So here, what are the two probabilities when you're going to take a bead out? Either one is going to be yellow, second one is going to be or you're going to get a yellow, red color bead. Okay, so your tree diagram, first take like this, but this time into a tree diagram. For your first take, you can take a red or a yellow. Okay, what is the probability that you're going to get a red one? You only have three beads. You only have three beads, right? What is the probability that you're going to get a red one? 2 out of 3. What is the probability you're going to get a yellow one? 1 out of 3. Okay, that is your first step. For the first draw, the probability of getting a red is 2 out of 3, yellow is 1 out of 3. Then they are saying extend it. Why? Because we are going to take another bead for the second time, second intake, right? So second take, you'll again extend this. You'll extend it like this and say second take. Okay, second take. So how do you look at this? You have to be very careful. For the first time when you take a red, the probability is 2 out of 3. So you record the mistake, put it back in. When you again take for the second time, again you only have red and yellow in the bag. No? Yeah, only you have red and yellow in the bag. So you have red here, yellow here. That is for the first time. To take red in the first time, in the second time, you might take a red or you might take a yellow. Here, if you take a yellow for the first time, the probability is 1 out of 3. You take get another one. What is the probability? Red or yellow once again. Okay. Now, what we do? We take the bead, look at it, put it back inside. So for the second time also, the same number of beads are there for you. Same number of beads are there when you take for the second time. So what is your probability here? Outcome? Out of 3, you're going to get 2. Yellow, 1 out of 3. If you're going to get red, 2 out of 3. Yellow, 1 out of 3. So this is your diagram. So what you need to draw and show to them. Okay. Right. Question number E. Using the tree diagram, find the probability of obtaining a red bead at least once. What is the probability of obtaining a red bead at least once? If you take a red bead for the first time, for the second time also, you can take a red. So at least one. Okay. So you have this is one probability. If you take a red for the first time, second time you can take a yellow. At least one red. You can take this. And if you take a yellow for the first time, the second time you need to take a red. So you need to take this also. Then if you take a yellow for the first time, second time also has to be red, but this is yellow, so you don't take this probability. Okay, so now let's do the calculation. Probability of red at least once. Okay, red at least once. 2 over 3 multiplied by 2 over 3 plus 2 over 3 multiplied by 1 over 3 plus 1 over 3 multiplied by 2 over 3. Two over 3. Okay. Now simplify. 2 into 3 is 2 into 2 is 4 over 9 plus 2 into 1 is 2 over 9 plus 1 into 2 is 2 over 9. So your final answer is going to be what? Denominators are same. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8 over 9 should be your final answer. Okay? Right? So step by step, please take it down carefully. If you have any questions, please ask. Right? Most welcome to answer your questions. If there are any questions, please ask. Okay, now we're going to paper 2, children. Right? Paper 2. Question number 1. Paper 2, question number 1. Let's take that paper out that we sent today. Or no? Yes, what we sent out last night. So you should have that. Can you take that out, please? Right. Question number 1. Let's go to question number 1. They're saying, right? In question number paper 2, children, you'll have 12 questions. Out of that, part 1 you have to do 5 questions, and part 2 also you have to do 5 questions. So totally 10 questions, each 10 marks each. So you're going to get 100. Okay. Right. Question number 1. A 40% of customs duty has to be paid for a TV set of value 100,000 when imported. So what is the customs duty that has to be paid for this TV set? Right, so easy question actually. A part, they're asking you what is your customs duty on 100,000 value TV set. Okay, how much are they charging? 40%. So customs duty is 40% of 100,000. So 100,000 into 40 over 100. Okay, so simplify, easy. This 0 cancels. 10,000 multiplied by 4, your stamp duty or custom duty is 40,000 rupees. That is your first question. Okay. Then second question they're asking, what is the value of the TV set after paying the custom duty? So once you pay the custom duty, the custom duty also becomes a cost for you. So you have to add that to the TV cost in order to calculate what is the value of the TV set now. So what is the cost of TV set? In part B, cost of TV is your actual value is 100,000 plus you're going to take 40,000, total 140,000. Okay, that is question number C. Right? Then a trader who imports TV sets expects to earn a profit of 10% by selling them. What should be the price marked for the TV set mentioned above? So this is your cost now. Now what they are planning to do is they're going to charge a 10% as profit. They're going to keep 10% for themselves. Then they're going to add that to the cost of the TV and sell it at the new price. So we call that the selling price. So first what we'll do it in two ways. I'll show you both. First we'll calculate what is your profit part. What is your profit here? Profit is 10% of this. So 140,000 into 10 over 100. Two zeros cancels. So you have 14,000 as your profit. 14,000 as the profit. Right? Then what is your selling price now? Selling price is 140,000 plus 14,000, which is 154,000 rupees. Okay, that's going to be your selling price, market price, right? I will do that in a little shorter way. How do you do this in one shot? Because here you are doing two calculations. Doing two calculations. We want to do one calculation. What is that? We want to find the selling price straight away. What is the selling price? Selling price. I want to do it in red. Okay. So selling price is 140,000. Sorry, yeah, 140,000 into, okay. What are we going to do? We are going to add the 10% directly and calculate. So how are you going to do the 10% directly? 100 plus 10 over 100. Okay. So to the cost is, your cost is 100. You're adding 10%, which is your profit margin to that. Okay. So 140,000 into 110 over 100. Okay. Two zeros cancels, 1 0 cancels. 114,000 multiplied by 11. So 14,000 multiplied by 11. I'll just calculate 14 into 11 first. 4 1 4 1 154. Okay. So 154. How many zeros we have? 1, 2, 3 zeros. So 154,000 is going to be your selling price. Same answer. You can do it in this way or you can do it in this way. Okay. Learn to slowly start to do it this way. Okay. Right. That is question number 3. Then they are saying if a discount of 5% is allowed from the mark price. I'm just going to change this name to mark price. Huh? We'll change the name to mark price. So this is what is going to be on the shelf. You're going to have 10% and put it onto the shelf. The price is going to be 154,000. So we'll call this the mark price. We'll use the word mark price here also. Right? Now what they're saying is on the mark price, they're giving a 5% discount. Then what will be the new selling price? That's why I changed it from mark price, from selling price to mark price for the first one. Okay, B. Now they're asking you what is going to be the new selling price while you're giving a 5% discount. Okay, so we'll again do it in two ways. First, we'll calculate what is the discount amount. So what is discount? Discount is 154,000 into 5%. 5% is 5 over 100. Okay. So two zeros cancels. 1,540 into 5. 1540 multiplied by 5. How much is that? 0 into 5 is 0. 4 into 5 is 20. 5 into 5 is 25 plus 2, 27. 1 into 5 is 5 plus 2, 7,700. Okay. What is that discount? 7,700. Is that clear? Any questions there? Any questions? Right. So what is your discount amount? 7,600. So what is going to be your selling price, children? Selling price will be your mark price, that is 154,000 minus 7,700. Okay. What is 154,000 minus 7,700? 0, 0. This becomes 3. 10 minus 7 is 3. 53 minus 7 is 46. 146,300. So your selling price is 146,300. Be careful. Here, profit we added. Okay, in profit we added 14,000. When we are giving a discount, we are reducing the price. When you're giving a discount, you're giving a special price to the customer. So you have to reduce it from the original price. That means subtract. So 154 minus 7,700, you will get 146,300. Okay. I'll do it in a shorter way. This one. Okay. So what are we trying to find? We're trying to find the selling price. So use the same concept here. What is the price of your TV? 154,000 into, when we wanted to find the profit, the selling price, by adding the profit, what did we do? We added 10%. Okay. Now what we are doing is we are giving a discount of 5%. That means what? You need to subtract 5 from your cost price. What is your cost? 100. Okay. So 100 minus 5 over 100. Earlier when we added profit, you added. When you're giving a discount, you subtract. Okay. So 154,000 into 100 minus 5 is 95 over 100. Okay. Cut the two zeros. Cut the two zeros. 1,540 multiplied by 93. Okay. I'm going to calculate that. 1,540 multiplied by 95. 0, 20, 27, 7. 0, 36, 48, 13. 0, 0, 13, 16, 4. You're getting 146, 300, which is your selling price. Got it? Okay. So you can do it in both ways, but since you are in grade 10, slowly learn to do it this way because it's going to help you save time. Okay. Right. That is first part. That is up to fourth question, part A. I'm going to take down this. I'm going to erase this part a bit. Going to erase this part a bit. And going to do the second part of that question, part B. Part B, what are they saying? The monthly telephone bill of a certain household after adding VAT was 1,120. So understand it carefully. Telephone bill, we'll say the bill. Let's say final bill. Final bill is equal to bill plus your VAT is equal to rupees how much? 1,120. So this 1,120 is your normal bill cost plus the VAT amount, and it is giving us 1,120. That's what they're saying. They're saying if the VAT was charged at 12%, what is the value of the bill before adding VAT? Okay, so what is the value of the bill before adding VAT? So how can you calculate that? So you know here the final bill is how much? 1,120. So we're going to try to use this method. Your total bill is 1,120. Okay. They're asking you what is the value of the bill before this, before 1,120. So we'll take as X into your cost is what? Your bill value plus your VAT. So that means 100 plus your VAT percentage, which is 12% over 100, your cost of your phone bill into 100 plus 12. This 12 is your VAT percentage over 100 is equal to 1,120. Okay, so X is into 100 plus 12 is 112 over 100 is equal to 1,120. Now what are you going to do? We will keep X here, take everything else out. So X is equal to 1,120, 100 comes here, divided by this 112 will come here, divided by 112. Okay, so this 112 will cancel 1. 10 multiplied by 100 is 1,000. So what is 1,000 rupees? The cost of your bill, your normal bill before the VAT has been added. So we'll say value before VAT. Value before VAT is 1,000 rupees. Okay. Value before VAT is 1,000 rupees. Any questions? Right. So that should be your answer for question number 1. Guys, please get ready for the second question. You need to have a graph paper. Please keep a graph paper with you. Yeah, Maria, you have raised your hand. Any question, Maria?
Couldn't understand the VAT.
VAT portion. Okay, right. So I want to just tell you again. What are they saying in the question? They are saying your VAT amount plus your bill. Now see, there is a normal bill. Now let's just say your phone bill is 1,000 rupees. Okay. To that 1,000 rupees, they are going to add VAT. What do we say VAT is value added tax, right? It is a source of income for the government. They collect, it's an indirect tax. So when you collect money from the, citizens, you get in two different ways. One is the direct tax, one is the indirect tax. Direct tax is tax paid through your income tax and so on. Indirect tax is tax that is collected indirectly through a third party and it comes back to them. So when there is a VAT added to your bill, what happens is the money is collected in this case from the telephone company. They collect the VAT and they pay it to the government. So that's how it is. Now here what they're saying is the bill amount plus your VAT amount is equal to 1120. Okay. What is your VAT percentage? We don't know how much your VAT amount is, but we know the VAT percentage is 12%. Okay. Right? VAT percentage is 12%. So let's try to calculate this. Right? I'll try to try a little different way. You know this 1120 is inclusive of 12% VAT. So 100 plus 12 is equal to 1120. What is this 100? The cost plus your 12% is equal to 1120. Okay. If 120, therefore 112 is equal to 1120, then how much is 100? Remember direct proportion. What did we say? If 112% is 1120, how much is 100? What is the 100? The value before your tax. 112 is value after tax. Okay, that's what they're asking you. 112 is equal to 1120. 100 is how much? So we want to find out this value. So what do you need to do? You can just cross multiply. Yeah, you can cross multiply. 112 into x is 1112x is equal to 1120 into 100. Just cross multiply. Direct proportion. Now I want to find out x. What do? Divide by 112. Divide by 112. Okay. 112 cancel. X is equal to 112 divided by 112 is 1. So 10 into 100 is 1000. So you can use the direct proportion method also to find this. What are they saying? If 112 is equal to 1120, why 112? Bill value plus your VAT amount. What is your VAT amount? 100 plus 12. Right? Is equal to 1120. Divide by 100 and you can find out. Okay, you can use the direct proportion method as well. Okay. Any questions? Right, let's go on. Question number 2, graphs. Right. They're saying an incomplete table of values prepared to draw the graph of the function y equals x squared minus 3 is given below. Find the value of y when x is equal to 0. Right. So question number 2, your function is y is equal to x squared minus 3. Right. First question, when x is equal to 0, then y is how much? 0, you substitute here, 0 squared minus 3. So y is equal to minus 3. That is your first part. Okay, simple. Then they are saying draw the graph of the function given above using a certain scale, suitable scale. So if you look at your table, they are saying x axis -3 to +3. So your x-axis should go from -3 to +3, and your y should go from +6, should come down to -3, and then go up to +6 again. Right? So you should have your table. Your table is what? Like this: -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Y 6, 1, -2, -3, -2, 1, and 6. Okay, right. Let's draw the graph. So what does the graph look like? You want from -3 to +3. -4, -3, -2, -1, +1, +2, +3, +1. Okay. Then up you have +6. One, two, three, four, five, six. -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. Okay. X and Y. Right. So plug in the graph -3 + 6. -2 + 1. With -1, -2. 0, -3. 1, -2. 2 + 1. 3 + 6. Okay. Right. So now join using the coordinates. Your graph should look like this. Okay. And y equals x squared -3. Okay. So your graph should look like that, close to that. Right. Then they are asking you, using the graph, write the minimum value of the function. So what is the minimum value? Where the graph is taking a turn. So where is it taking a turn? At -3. Yeah. So third question, minimum value. They are not asking you the minimum coordinate. Okay. They're just asking what is the minimum value. What is the minimum value? -3. 3, Fourth question, they are saying, write the equation of the line of symmetry. So what do they mean by the equation of the line of symmetry? The line that divides your graph symmetrically, divides it into two equal parts. So you can see the line that is dividing your line, graph into two equal parts is your y-axis. So if you draw a line through along the y-axis like this, right, along the y-axis, any point on this, your y value is going to be 0. So when y value is equal to, sorry, your x value is going to be 0 because it's running through parallel to your y-axis. Running parallel to your y-axis, any point on this line is equal to 0 for x. So x is equal to 0 line is your axis of symmetry. So your axis of symmetry here symmetry is x is equal to 0. Okay, should be able to write that. Y is your y axis. All right. Next, turn to the next page. They're saying draw the graph of the function y is equal to 2x minus 1 on the same coordinate. Right? So on this same coordinate, on this, quickly draw the line y is equal to 2x minus 1. So let's quickly draw that part. What you can do is you can put up a small table. You don't need such a big table. Just 2 units in your negative side, 2 units on your positive side. So x is minus 2, minus 1, 0, plus 1 and plus 2. Y. Okay. What is the equation? Y is equal to 2x minus 1. Okay. So just substitute into this. So 2 multiplied by minus 2 is minus 4. Minus 4 minus 1 is minus 5. Okay. Then substitute when x is equal to minus 1. 2 into minus 1 is minus 2. Minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3. 2 into 0 is 0. Minus 1 is minus 1. 2 into 1, that is x is equal to 1. 2 into 1 is 2. Minus 1 is plus 1. 2 multiplied by 2 is 4. Minus 1 is 3. So these are your coordinates. Okay. So minus 2, minus 5. Let's plot it. Minus 2, minus 5. Minus 1, minus 3. Zero minus 1. 1 plus 1. And 2 plus 3. Right? Take your ruler, join them. Okay? Like this. Alright? Right? So it should match. This should be here. This should be here. Right? So that is your line. Y equals 2x minus 1. That's all they're asking you to do on the same coordinate. Draw the line over here. Okay. Any questions? Graph question. So you can see at the graph, the equation, what does -1 mean? -1 is your intercept. What does intercept mean? The line cuts your y-axis. Where is it cutting your y-axis? This is your y-axis. Cutting at -1. So the equation itself straight away will tell you where your intercept is, where it's cutting your y-axis. Okay. All right. Question number 2 is that your graph question. Let's go into question number 3. I'm just going to keep the graph there. You can just draw it for a few minutes. I'll keep it there. Okay. Question number 3.1. You have 5 plus 3x over 7 is equal to 3x over 2. Okay. So when they say solve, that means they're asking you to find the value of x. So here what you can do is, this fraction is equal to this fraction. Both are equal to each other. So in order to solve for x, what you need to do, you need to take this 2 to this side, take the 7 to this side. So the easy way out is you cross multiply. Okay, when you cross multiply, what happens? 2 into 5 minus 3x is equal to 3x into 7. Okay. Now simplify. 5 into 2 is 10. 2 into minus 3x is minus 6x. 3x into 7 is 21x. Okay. Now solve for x and c. Solve for x. Right. So what are you going to do? You're going to take the minus 6x to this side. So minus 6x comes to this side. You're going to get plus 6x. Yeah. So 10 is equal to 21x plus 6x, 27x. Divide by 27. Divide by 27. X is equal to 10 over 27. That is your final answer. Okay, this is equal to 10 over 27. Right. Question number 2. Question number 2, they are saying in that question, solve the inequality 7 minus 4p. 7 minus 4p is greater than 3. 7 minus 4p is greater than 3, and write two integral values which satisfy that. Okay, so first what we do, we'll solve it. So we want to keep my 4p on one side, take everything else to the other side. So we'll take the 7 to this side. So when the 7 goes to that side, what you have? Minus 4p greater than 3 minus 7. Plus 7 goes to this side, minus 7. So you have minus 4p greater than minus 4. P can't be a negative, it has to be a positive. So you're going to make it a positive, divide by minus 4, divide by minus 4. What is the rule in inequalities? When you divide by a negative value, the sign will change to the other side. So P is less than minus 4 divided by minus 4, 1. Okay. Now they're saying write down. The question is write down two integral values which satisfy it. Integral means whole numbers, right? So what are the values of P going to be? So integral values, P is less than 1. So then 0, minus 1, minus 2, and so on. So they just want 2. So you can just keep it at 2, minus 1, and say that there is continuity. That's all they want you to answer in that question. Okay, so that is question number 2. Question number 3, simplify 5x minus 1 whole thing squared plus 5x plus 2. Okay, right? So simplify. This is 5x minus 1 into 5x minus 1 plus 5x plus 2. Okay. Simplify here. 5x into 5x, 25x squared. 5x into minus 1, minus 5x. Minus 1 into 5x, minus 5x. Minus 1 into minus 1, plus 1. I'm just going to keep this a little outside for the time being. Then simplify inside the brackets. You have 25x squared minus 5x minus 5x, 10x plus 1 plus 5x plus 2. Okay. Take the like terms, 25x squared minus 10x plus 5x minus 5x plus 1 plus 2 plus 3 is your final answer for the third one, question number 3. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? I don't think you should have. These are quite easy. Okay. Right. Question number 4. Question number 4. Anybody, any questions? We can carry on. Question number 4. Question number 4. It says use 3 squared into 7 squared into 11 squared is equal to 5,361, 53,361 to evaluate the square root of 53,361. Okay. So if you actually look at this, what are they saying? 3 squared into 7 squared into 11 squared. 3 squared multiplied by 7 squared into 11 squared is equal to 53,361. Right? So therefore, in other words, what they are saying is the square root of 53,361 can be written like this. 3 squared into 7 squared into 11 squared. You're just taking this 53,000 and writing it like this. Okay. Now 3 squared and the square root will get cancelled out. I'll tell you why. Just look at this. 2 squared is equal to 4, isn't it? Right? 2 squared is equal to 4. Now, if I square root this, if I square root this, and I square root this side also, what happens? Square root of 4 is what? 2. Square root, this is 4 to the power 2 is what? 4. Square root of 4 is also 2. So what happens in effect is the square root and the square gets cancelled out. So the same thing is going to happen here. The square root and the square root, square root, square will get cancelled. So 3 into 7 into 11 is 3 into 7 is 21 into 11 is 231. Right? Is the same as, what is this? 3 squared into 7 squared into 11 squared is this. So square root of 53,361. The square root is 231. Okay. This, the basis you can just multiply and will give you the square root of that number. So that's what they're saying. Using this, they ask you to find the square root of 53,361. Okay, that is part 1 of the question. All right. Part 2 of that question, they are telling you factorize. So careful, factorize. So 4x minus 6ax plus 9a minus 6. So first step, what you do is you take the first two and the last two inside brackets. Okay. 4x minus 6ax, common factor is 2. X and x, you have 2x divided by 4x divided by 2x is 2. 6ax divided by 2x minus 6x divided by 2 is minus 3. X and x gets cancelled. Now careful, plus 9a minus 6x, common factor is 3. 9a divided by 3 is 3a, minus 6 divided by 3 is minus 2. Okay. Now, if you see here, inside the brackets, I want both of those to be the same. Both of them to be the same. So what I can do here is, if I multiply this by minus 1, right? So if I multiply by minus 1, only for the second term, only for the second term. I'm going to multiply 3 by minus 1. Okay, so what happens here is, you have 2x, 2 minus 3a, 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. Okay, minus 3. So 9a divided by minus 3 is minus 3a. Minus 6 divided by minus 3 plus 2. Okay. Look at these. All both are the same. I'm going to rewrite this. 2x, 2 minus 3a minus 3. I'm going to take the plus 2 in front. So 2 minus 3, I'm going to write it as minus 3. Can you see? Both the terms inside the brackets are same. So then they become one factor. Right? Therefore, 2 minus 3a, both are the same. Remember quadratic equation, we want to get the factors inside. These two are the same. Then multiplied by 2x minus 3. Therefore, that is your final answer for your second question. Okay. So this part is the tricky one. This part is your tricky. Otherwise, everything else is quite easy. Everything else is quite easy. Right. Let's quick look at question number 4, third one, and then we'll wind up. Okay. There are 10 animals in a farm. Some are chicken and some are goats. The total number of legs of these animals is 28. Find the number of goats in the farm. So what are they saying? 10 animals, some are chicken, some are goats. The total number of legs of all these animals is 28. They are asking find the number of goats in the family in the farm. So this is called simultaneous equation. Third one, what we are going to say is X is for goats and Y is for chicken. Right? What are they saying? The total number of animals is 10. So that means X plus Y is equal to 10. One equation. Then the total number of legs of these animals is how much? 28. So goats have how many legs? Goats have 4 legs. So 4 multiplied by the number of goats will give you the total legs of the goats in the farm. How many legs do chicken have? 2. So 2y will give you the number of legs of the chicken in the farm, totaling up to 28, which is your second equation. Okay. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to make the coefficients the same. Here, x, this is 4x. So, we'll make the coefficient of the first equation equal. So, we're going to multiply equation 1 by 4. So, 4 into x plus 4 into y is equal to 4 into 10. 4 into x is 4x plus 4y is equal to 40. This is your third equation. Okay. Now, this equation, coefficients are same. That's what we want to make. We want to make the coefficients the same. Once the coefficients are same, we can eliminate. What is the rule? If coefficients are equal and the signs are also equal, we subtract. So we can subtract, because 40 is bigger, we will subtract 3 minus 2. So equation 3 minus equation 2. So 4x plus 4y minus 4x plus 2y is equal to 40 minus 28. 40 minus 28. 4x minus 4x will cancel out. 4y minus 2y will give you 2y is equal to 40 minus 28, 12. 2y divided by 2, 2y divided by 2, y is equal to 6. Okay. We want to find the number of goats. We found out number of chicken. How many? 6. So how many goats are going to be there? Substitute y in, we'll say in the first equation. In equation 1. I want to erase this part to make it clear for you. So substitute y in equation 1. What is y? 6. So x plus 6 is equal to 10. X therefore is 10 minus 6. X is equal to 4. Right? What is x? The number of goats. That is the question. They are asking you how many goats are there. How many goats are there? Therefore, number of goats is equal to 4. Okay. Is that clear? So that is your set of questions. So we are going to come back next week and we are going to start with question number 5. Okay, question number 5. Can't we minus 6 by 10? Which one 6 by 10, Suresh? This over here. 10 minus 6. Yeah, so 10 minus 6, we got 4. You're subtracting the plus 6 comes to this side minus. So 10 minus 6, you're getting 4. Okay. Obviously, if the total number of animals is 10, and if you have got goats as 6, you can just subtract and do. But simultaneous equation, they expect you to do this. You have to show the working. Okay, that is very important. Okay. Right. Okay. So thank you guys for coming. Take care. God bless. I'll see you guys next week. We'll continue with this, finish off this paper, and then go into another paper. The second paper, I will start with paper 2 first and then go into paper 1. So I think paper 2 is the need, that's why you need more helping. So we will do paper 2 first and then go into paper 1. Okay. So take care. God bless. Thank you so much for coming. Good night. Bye bye.